Hey guys, so I actually realized I'm doing this thing for those who don't know where I'm trying to wear a different hat every blog post, and I just realized that I forgot to wear a new hat my last blog post. But luckily, I'm at home and I have a wider variety of hats to choose from. As you can see, I have another one back there, and I have some more in the closet. So these next few videos should be pretty fun. But for this week, we had to describe um, our personal views on anticipation and obviousness. And so, um, in class, we learned that a patent could be rejected for three main reasons. Um, if it and like basically, it's if it doesn't meet the following three criteria: being usefulness, novelty, and non-obviousness. And so, when you look at anticipation and obviousness, obviously, obviousness relates to non-obviousness, and anticipation relates to novelty. But I'm going to kind of go through all of these three criteria. So in order for a patent to be useful, it needs to solve a problem or fulfill a current or anticipated need. It can be reduced to practice, operated, or enabled. But basically, you need to show that it can be built and it can actually function to solve a problem or a need. Um, in order for a patent to be novel, which relates to anticipation, like I said. So if we define anticipation, it's when a single piece of prior art practices all of the elements of a single claim, um, of a, like yeah, of a single claim of the patent. And so a novel patent has not just been published, has not been published or implemented before. And we learned in class that there are ways around justifying a seemingly unnovel patent. If the structure is known, then are the elements used in a new way? And if the function is known, then is there a new problem to solve? And that's how you can kind of prove novelty and kind of go against anticipation. And finally, non-obviousness, which relates to obviousness. Basically, a patent can be rejected if it is obvious, meaning that a person having ordinary skill in the art or posita defines it to be that way. And we talked about this at length in class. But basically, the patent cannot be trivial or insignificant, and it must serve a specific function. And if you remember in class, the example we used was cap color. So let's say my bottle of Pepsi has a red cap or a blue cap, and I change the color to a red cap. Well, unless the color of that cap serves a specific functional purpose, then it's obvious, which means that the patent can be rejected. And so how this relates to the beverage sleeve examples that I talked about in my last blog post, if you look at all those beverage sleeve examples, you'll notice that yes, they are very similar. Yes, they all serve a very similar, if not the exact same purpose. But the difference is that there are differentiating factors in terms of the technologies that are used within each of these patents, which is kind of what makes a difference. So using the terms that we discussed, you could say that the differences between these patents are in fact functional differences, and therefore it is not obvious. Like there is no obvious. Therefore, the patent itself is not obvious. Yes, the patents may be improvements upon the other patents, but the differences are functional differences, and they use different technologies, which is why they were improved. I hope this makes sense. You can read into my blog more if you'd like additional details, and I encourage any and all creative discussions. So feel free to leave your comments, and I'd be happy to respond to them. Thank you.